Mr. Depp, you're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. It's a... no.
Mr. Depp.
Hi and welcome. We have an intro music video for you, but just give me a second to line up. This is what happens when you're tired, Lindsay. There's some like delays in things. How you doing, Lindsay? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you for
coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
the crypto ladies. We're talking about PulseChain. We're going to give you guys all the juicy gossip, but first, I'm going to very slowly share this video.
Young folks, you tripping on them motherfucker.
Richard Heart. Richard Heart.
Bought my hex from the fucking start. .1 every day we mark. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the hex, he is moving. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. PulseChain's out and they'll get me a check. He's gas up and got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex I been eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this PulseChain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this PulseChain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Bought my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hit restart. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart.
Love that music video. So good.
It's kind of catchy. Who dropped
so
this beat?
Good. So prices are down, Lindsay. Boo-hoo. Crypto Twitter is going very sad, wah, boo-hoo. It's so funny when it's like this. It's like, just wait, people. But instead, there's a lot of reactions. And I can't help but laugh. There's so much funny like tweets and stuff.
Oh, you can tell emotions are high. That's for sure. My account got like kicked off for space trash. So like I had a larger account at the time. So I'm clawing my way back to finding people, but I really have to I have to search you guys out to find you. It's really hard.
Yeah, you know what? When I try to search you, I have to type exactly your name. And even then I'm like searching through the list. Like, dang.
Yeah, it's so hard. Twitter, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did out there, Twitter land, but you know,
I feel like I'm super dampened, but like everyone thinks they're super dampened. But in your case, like you, like typing, I can tell that you're super dampened.
Same thing with my YouTube channel, man. I don't know if Viber gets the no love. Well, for now.
Oh, dang. I want to go through some like funny stuff first before we talk about serious stuff. So on today's show, probably talk about Richard Hart versus SEC, some PDI stuff, meme coin stuff. And then we might talk about a little bit about love.io today, and then chat whatever you guys want to talk about. We're going to talk about that as well. But I'm just going to show you guys just a bit of funny stuff.
Emotional damage.
That clip. Oh, here's a McCarthy clip. I'm not sure what it shows. Sometimes I go through my husband's like bookmarks. So,
Stop being a panic seller. I'm John McAfee, and I approve this message.
Oh, that was appropriate as well. I'm going to share my. I'm going to share this. Guys, I've been working a lot this week. You can probably tell. I go a bit. I find the funniest things. Well, I think I find funny stuff funny, but you guys might not find it funny. But I'm going to show you some of the cope tweets that I've been seeing. I've been retweeting them so that I have them lined up. If you're wondering why I retweet everything,
That's, hey, you got to organize yourself. That's smart.
oh,
You're busy.
exactly. Let's see if we can see. Oh wow, there's like some kind of loop on there. That's crazy. Oh, do you know why? Because I'm showing like a tweet of us live. That's creepy. Let's keep
Like a box
scrolling.
in the box.
I was like, what the hell? Have I tapped into the Matrix? No, I have not. No.
Yes, you're on PulseChain. You have absolutely tapped into the Matrix.
Absolutely. Tap. It's the Matrix. And I'm coming. Okay, so this is Shilem Defoe. We meet again, despair. And this is fine. And he's got his house on fire. That guy is so funny. He's like, I'm over here if anyone needs me. Hashtag Hex PulseChain and PulseX. Oh, this one's Hextronaut. Can you see this? Oh, you gotta have some strong conviction to be out. Oh, dang. This one from Shilem. Shilem's getting a sleeve tattoo. Do it, Shilem. Like, it seems like the appropriate reaction with the price action at the moment. And Johnny Depp, let's see what he has to say.
Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's a no.
Mr. Depp.
Hexlena has just been so funny this morning.
Man, when that profile gets on one, they really get on one.
She does. And then I replied, never selling. And then she posted this. Oh gosh, let's say hello to the chat. Who have we got in here? You guys are all filing in. That's great. Thank you for being here. We've got 19 or 20 live viewers. That's great. The prices are down and you guys have got conviction and I appreciate that. Yeah. So we got Fox Mulder, Dingo Wolf. We got Altcoin Chef. We've got King Daniel. Oh, that's you. Hello. Hello again.
That's my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's cool. We've got King Daniel. Love King Daniel. He reps his own coin these days as well as PulseChain stuff. And I've got some. And it's price action is really good. And I'm never selling, King Daniel. I'm never selling. Sandy Beach is here. Hey, Sandy. Sandy's been keeping up with her exercise. What a champion. So Lindsay, how have you been? It's been a while since we caught up.
It's been a while. I've been busy. I think the last that we talked, I was getting ready to ship things out for the PulseChain tour, and I did. Yeah. Yep, I sent out lip balms. Sure. I don't want to show them too much because my nails aren't done yet. I haven't done them yet. And
I never do my nails. My nails are always el natural. But no, can you hold it up? Because I'm interested in seeing the packaging, how it looks.
There we go.
Oh, you got a post
that one. This one peeled a little bit, but they have QR codes on them, and they take you right to this one. It has QR codes on it, and it takes you right to a YouTube video where I walk someone how to get started with PulseChain through step by step. From starting with an exchange and loading money into the exchange of fiat to crypto, and then how to onboard and use the bridge to PulseChain, and then how to fund your wallet from there, and how to use MetaMask. So it's a whole action-packed thing right in one too.
Oh, do you have some of your other products there? I'm interested in seeing your products.
I don't have anything close by, those have been like my main thing. I've been really working on those and using those as business cards. So they're like they are a sugar lip scrub in a lip balm tube. So they're memorable because it's unique. And so people want, and they love them because they're like, it's a little thing full of sugar. And then, it gets a skin off your lips. It's a balm behind underneath. So it's something that it leaves something behind. It triggers a feeling, it triggers a memory, and then therefore it triggers like your product to be seen and talked about in different ways. And so even though that person received it, although they're on the PulseChain tour, receiving them for swag bags right now, but somebody I send these out all the time. And so somebody receiving it might not be interested, but the next person might see that and be like, truth bomb, what's that about? Here, and then pull out their phone. So
I'm
there you go.
interested. So do you have like a link that you can post in the chat?
Yeah, I can post a chat to my Etsy store. I've been just adding things very, very slowly. It's more of a passion project right now.
Yeah, I can tell. So with I'm really bad with girl stuff. I know that's stupid because I'm a girl, but I was talking to someone about this. It's like, all the young people today, like they know how to put on makeup, they know about different products, but I feel like I'm a bit behind. So why do you need a sugar scrub for your lips?
So
is it like before? It's not for like you can't put it on and then go out. It's like you're going to prep your lips before you go out. Is that right?
No, this one is awesome. It's like it sits pretty. It's almost flush with the top of the tube. So when you swipe it over your lips, if you have any if you have rough lips or before they get chapped, if you get those like
before you go mwah, 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 is that what you're meant to do?
Yes,
so
and
that
for
you have like
ladies,
the smooth experience.
Exactly. That is exactly what it is. It's a smooth experience. It's a sweet impression, if you will.
So you put it on before you do smoochy, kissy, kissies? Is that
Absolutely. That's a tasty way to do it. Also, it works as a lip plumper because you're adding some circulation to your lips, bringing some plumpness naturally to them.
That.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, dude. Yeah, if you put the link in, and I'm gonna put it in the description later.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy some.
I'll put it in
what? Oh, thanks, mate. Oh,
There
you
we
got
go.
it in the private chat.
Yeah, I
Cool.
put it in a private chat because I went to put it into regular comments and it said it's failed to post.
Oh, let me post it. I'm sure.
Maybe because it's a link.
Oh, let's see if I can do it.
There you go. Thanks.
Oh, there we go. Awesome. Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Lindsay. That's really interesting. So will that link get you the rest of your products? We can find the rest of your products through that link?
Yeah, I have bath
Sweet.
bombs in there. I have really amazing hand creams that I make in there. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I have a natural deodorant that I have been making and that's really where it came from, was formulating and making natural skincare. So what I do is I take flowers, herbs, roots, leaves, things of that nature, and I turn them into oils and tinctures, and then therefore I go on and I turn them into lip balms. For example, I have, oh my gosh, I'll show you that one. This is my little block. We just moved it in, but because it's on my studio here. So this is a small block of raw beeswax. I don't know if you could see the honey.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the real, like the organic stuff in it.
Yeah.
Is that like what is that for? What is that soap for?
This one is it's all raw beeswax. So what I will be
it's
using
raw.
Yeah,
These are the raw ingredients actually going into your product.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I work in a stressful job. If I put on your deodorant, am I going to stink? Like,
Okay,
is it going to stand the test of is it going to be standing ultra stressful stuff?
It really is. It is my ride or die product of mine. It's something that I have very proudly carried for over a decade, and it's clean and it's effective. And the only thing that is a hard sell on it is that those stick deodorants have waxes in them and they have preservatives in them that aren't necessarily great for touching such a sensitive area on your body. So I really try to keep it as cleanly and naturally formulated as possible because, there's women out there that are either going to be breastfeeding or they're breastfeeding. And these are things that are important because everything dumps right from our lymphs, right? So not to get too personal, we'll get back to crypto, guys. Sorry. But anyway, so it's one of those things where it's got a 48-hour stink test on it. So 24 hours, you can make it power through 24 hours. And by the end of 48 hours, you're like, all right, I've had enough. But I can use it camping. It's amazing.
I love it. Do you have any body wash? I'm going to buy
Not
some of your
yet.
stuff after this stream.
Not yet. I'm working on a
natural
good
stuff.
nut source. I'm working on man, I'm liking today. I'm working on a sustainably harvested source. I really haven't found anything clean enough for me, and I just don't have the time to be able to hop on a plane and go see, although that's my dream to be able to go source those things in person. So someday.
Yeah. And do you, okay, last question, because I'm into this natural stuff at the moment. So what about natural hair curler? Because my kids have kind of curly hair and I need like a shampoo. Like I feel like their hair's not getting nourished, like it's dry. And like I need something natural that like lathers up and then by some miracle it's like super hydrating so that after you put the conditioner in, they've got like beautiful curls like you've got. But
Okay.
because I feel like the products at the moment, like, because I often use like combination sensitive skin, like bath, whatever, bubbles. That is also a shampoo and conditioner, like most kids use. Like in Australia, we've got Johnson and Johnson and like QV and a few other products. But it's usually for kids, it's like an all-in-one. Do you know what I mean? Like shampoo,
Yeah.
conditioner, and your bath bubble stuff is like an all-in-one. But I feel like I can like feel my kids' hair, and I'm like, oh, like I'm not getting beautiful curls, and I know I could, and also the hair's not getting nourished.
No, I understand. Castile soap. Do you guys carry the brand Dr. Bronner's over there?
I think we do. Is it got like really basic packaging?
Yeah, really
It's like,
basic. It's
yeah, I think so.
one color, bunch of like white writing on it, or any kind of liquid Castile soap is great hair wash for them, and it soaks up nice, and they don't really notice the difference.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you're only sudsing their hair, I don't know. You're saying they have like I'm assuming they have like beautiful hair like yours, like thick curly. Then
It's like their hair's thinner than mine. Like I've got really thick. I've got like a tremendous amount of hair that I've lost after my kids. You know when you get the hormone fallout? I lost so much hair, and still I have to get my hair thinned. So it was just like I've got really thick. There's way too much of it, which is a good problem to have. But their hair's like thinner than mine. Like
okay.
there's a lot of it, but it's a lot thinner.
Okay, and then for like a styling product, something that keeps the hair soft but keeps it very nourished, I use 1/4 cup of marshmallow root, 1/4 cup of flaxseed, and 1.5 cups of distilled water. And
Oh,
I boil
wow.
those for 7 to 8 minutes or until some of the foam subsides, and then I
Yeah.
strain them immediately, and that makes a gel that will last. You can add vitamin E, it'll last a little bit longer. You can add
Yeah.
polysulfate 80, which is a food grade preservative that lasts a little bit longer. Or
I
if you
need you
don't
to make this for me, Lindsay. Like I
yeah,
need hair product for my kids.
that
I
one's
need to
tricky because it's so hard to it molds so fast, so it's really one of those things where,
Even
um
if it was a hair soap, like if you could make me like a hair
yeah,
soap and
I'll work
conditioner
on
or
it.
hair mask. Oh, thank you. We're
Yeah.
gonna get into crypto, guys. I just needed to get that out there because I'm going old school. Like I feel like I'm like in a time machine and I only want to cook things that were cooked like 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I'm making like soups, I'm making like slow cook stuff. Yeah, I'm totally in old school mode at the moment. So I know how to make soup now, which is like a major breakthrough. Anyway, we'll get on
That's
to crypto.
awesome.
So, Lindsay, it's your choice. Do you want to talk about the case first, or do you want to talk about meme coins and PDI first?
Let's start off with a case. I mean,
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Okay, so for those that don't know, Richard Hart versus the SEC is quite a big case in crypto. Richard Hart has been accused of selling unregistered securities. They've labeled HEX, PulseX, and PLSX. They haven't labeled Inc. And he's accused of fraud or doing fraudulent activities with investor money. So they're the accusations. There was a document released on behalf of Richard Hart's lawyers in regards to discovery. And there was a hearing recently to discuss discovery, which has been all over crypto Twitter. So I basically wanted to, firstly, Lindsay, just ask you your vibe around the case. Then we'll go into some of the details that they've been discussing and what it means for people in PulseChain.
well, my overall vibe around the case is that it's something that we should all be there for, that we should be as loud as possible and in many different ways, speaking to local legislators, it's like speaking to people in your community, onboarding more now than ever. We'll talk about prices, I'm sure, but this is the opportunity that most won't recognize. But when those green candles are so high and that number was peaking and we're all excited, that's the energy that we need to see behind us today, because without that support, this will never work. This decentralized community will never work. We can only integrate with so many cryptos if we isolate ourselves. So I think that the overall vibe around the case is that it's hard to prove that there are funds that have been misallotted when those funds weren't there at the time when they were accused of being there. And so there are many small threads that you can pull throughout that paperwork and see where there are inconsistencies with what they have the ability to actually regulate and what they're stretching to regulate. And so for us, is like, for me, my law language is limited and it's more towards, other things, but it's enough to know that there is a case here, but a case of what? And there are so many things that are in play. We just saw MetaMask now getting, or not MetaMask. I keep saying MetaMask because I feel like it's coming, honestly, getting a Wells notice. Uniswap, thank you. So if these hammers are going to start falling this year, and Richard was amongst those hammers to start dropping. Now, Richard is well prepared to set the precedence and tone for what he will stand by and accept. And he's not willing to say, okay, I have a few billy, let's sweep this under the rug. He's willing to say, this is not right. And here's why. And a very tone that we've never seen on stream from Richard, I believe.
Exactly. And a lot of people at home, and me included, have had moments where we're just like, oh, would he just settle? Just pay the money. Like, let's just all move on. Like, so many other, founders have been forced. It's basically extortion. They've been forced into that situation, and must be a lot of pressure from their communities to say, oh, just settle. Let's have this over with. But Richard Hart actually is in it for the tech. He was super rich before we all came along. He'll be super rich, in the future. And he wants to change crypto legislation, and he's got the balls to do it, basically. And if there's anyone on this earth that can make a difference to crypto legislation, it is Richard Hart. And he's going for it. He's hired top lawyers, Elon Musk lawyers. He's spending an incredible amount of money to put together this legal case. And the legal case is excellent. Like, if you read the document that's recently come out, so Nuclear Herbs on crypto Twitter is the best one to follow for some of the details. But the referencing to previous cases, the eloquence of how it was presented, the details are on point. So this is going to be an epic crypto case. And for everyone kind of shying away from it, I think it's time that we all kind of got our head around the fact that Richard is not the kind of man that's going to roll over. He's going to take it to the end, and he's going to fight on behalf of all of crypto. And people should really start getting invested in what is going on with this case, especially people from the PulseChain community. So I want to go through some of the reasons why the SEC, I believe, doesn't have a case. And although getting a dismissal is super rare, I think there is a chance. Notably that the SEC has named as defendants Hex, PulseX, and PLSX, which are software programs on the blockchain. And you can't really do that. So they don't have jurisdiction. And one of the main arguments from Richard Hart's lawyers is that they do not have jurisdiction. You can't name software companies as a defendant. It's never been done before. What are the implications of that? It's just not acceptable, really, I believe. In terms of jurisdiction, the SEC has to prove that Richard Hart went out of his way to target US investors. And he is a founder of blockchain technology, which is worldwide. Our community is worldwide. So that's another reason why I don't think jurisdiction is particularly going to stick. Richard Hart hasn't lived in the US for, I believe, more than 10 years. I can't tell you the exact number of years, but he just hasn't lived there. He might have visited a couple of times, but he doesn't target US investors. He has created technology, it's worldwide technology. I'm from Australia. We have people in Europe. We have people in so many different countries. So in terms of active users for PulseChain, I don't know what the numbers are. I know there's 40,000 active wallets, roughly speaking, I think. yeah, so jurisdiction in terms of the SEC case is a major issue. The other issue in terms of the fraud claims is that the SEC doesn't have jurisdiction on fraud, number one. So that's a bit bizarre that it's even entertained. Number two, the timing of their allegations. They're claiming that he committed the fraud before the sacrifice phase. So there's a joke going around about the Richard Hart time machine.
Maddie's
And some of
prepared.
yeah, exactly. And some of the other details in the case are just not factual. The case that the SEC put together, the SEC is trying to make crypto illegal for everybody. So they're casting an extremely wide net. And the way that they are effective is that they create basically a FUD program where they try to basically starve people out of crypto and just create a constant FUD, try to make normal people think that it's illegal and, oh, crypto bad. So they've targeted Coinbase, the biggest US exchange, centralized exchange. They've targeted Uniswap, the biggest, they call themselves decentralized, although they're not, the biggest decentralized exchange. They're going after crypto. So people need to start getting their head around the fact that they need to engage with this case. There's been a call out for the PulseChain Hex community to be present during the hearing in October. And I believe that courtroom is going to be packed. There's going to be a meetup surrounding that event. Would you go to that event, Lindsay?
Oh yeah, I signed up last night. We absolutely will be there.
That's awesome. So anyone wanting more information, I believe Caitlin is probably the one to go. Do you know what her Twitter, I think Black Hexagon, if someone in the chat can put her Twitter handle in the chat, that would be really useful. So have a look. Yeah, if you hit up Black Hexagon and you register your interest, so she can get an idea of numbers and start planning the event, that would be great. But it's going to be epic. It's going to be an absolutely massive event. So Nuclear Herbs is a lawyer in the community, ex-lawyer. He doesn't give out any legal advice, but he's been covering this topic, and I made some notes from him, and I just want to basically go over some of his notes. So one of the points that he makes is the implications of the SEC targeting Coinbase and Uniswap. So basically targeting crypto. So it's an attack on all crypto, not just... Yeah, in my opinion, they're just trying to create a monopoly, like BTC, not security, everything else security, which is a bit silly, really. So how does this change? According to Nuclear Herbs, like what are the keys to actually changing this kind of attack on crypto? One would be new legislation to clarify the rules. So currently cryptocurrency doesn't have its own legislation. So we're working off laws that are basically not really suited or adapted to crypto. And the laws are very much behind cryptocurrency. And that needs to change. And that just requires engagement with people that know what they're doing in crypto. And for some reason, instead of this attitude of engagement when it comes to creating laws around cryptocurrency, there's this attitude of, no, we don't want to hear about it. We don't want to talk about legislation that doesn't apply. We're just going to punish based on laws that are adapted for other products. So there needs to be clarification around cryptocurrency legislation.
Well, I mean, they're open to it if they're playing their game. So they're, look at Stellar and Ripple, and so they played their game. So this is just part of the game.
Yeah, it's a massive game whereby the SEC becomes rich, and they even publish how much money they take from people every year. It's or they take from founders, which they're really taking from the community of those projects. It's billions of dollars. And do you know how much money they give back to the community that they're meant to be protecting? Nothing. They gave 900 million back, and 600 million was back to the people that were just, there's a reward program. So you get 10% of everything that the SEC gets out of a case. So 600 million was just given to people that were incentivized to make allegations against crypto founders, basically. So, yeah. Oh, Sammy's here. And then the last sort of, hey, Sammy, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you? Sorry, I'm late. I thought it was 10 a.m.
Oh, my God. Sammy, I'm so sorry because I thought Sydney was 3 hours in front of me Or I thought
That's
Eastern
all right.
States is 3,000. I'm so sorry.
No,
It's like,
that's all cool. I just did a bit of a rush job on the makeup. That's all right. How you going?
You look like a
oh,
movie
good,
star.
Sammy. You look amazing. I can't keep
Oh,
up with these time zones. I'm so sorry. I'm like 2
Okay,
hours, 3 hours. I would swear our gap was 3 hours and it must have changed to
it's
2 hours.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, what you talking about? I haven't been listening, so you got to fill me
Oh,
in.
I'll fill you in. So we did Richard Hart case. And basically what we've said is that the SEC doesn't have jurisdiction over over Richard Hart because he doesn't live in the US. He's not targeting US citizens. Like 2 out of the 3 streamers we have today are Australian and not from the US. And so we don't believe that the case is solid based on jurisdiction. The fact that the SEC has labeled Pulse, PulseX, and PLSX as defendants, which is a software program, that doesn't happen. Like, they're just creating their own rules, and then even for the judge to engage in this, the SEC is just creating this blanket. They're just throwing out cases against everybody. Basically, it's an attack on crypto, trying to make crypto illegal. They've targeted Coinbase, biggest centralized exchange in America. They targeted Uniswap, biggest so-called decentralized exchange. So in terms of jurisdiction, we believe they don't have it. In terms of the fraud claims, they don't have jurisdiction on fraud. They claim that Richard Hart committed the fraud before the sacrifice phase. So there's that joke about the time machine. And we were just going through some details from Nuclear Herbs regarding the case. So just from me sort of going through some of the stuff and some of his tweets, the 2 major changes that we believe could unlock or sort of change the situation whereby the SEC is just trying to make crypto illegal and FUD it out for normal people is, number 1, there needs to be clarity around the legislation. Number 2, the chairman of the SEC has to change, and he's named Hester Pierce as a possible good candidate. Or she. Yeah.
She.
And I don't really know much about Hester Pierce. Maybe you guys can fill me in, but Nuclear Herbs thinks that she would be a great chairman for the SEC, and maybe she would be open to actually engaging with cryptocurrency communities in terms of creating new legislation. So yeah, that's just most of the stuff that I wanted to go through. I'll just see if there's anything else in my notes. But Sammy, what are your thoughts on the SEC case against Richard Hart?
So I think it's firstly great that the community is so supportive and thinking of attending the court case over in New York in October. I think that's fantastic, and I think it'll be standing room only, and I don't think they're going to fit everyone in.
Yeah, what's the capacity for that venue?
I don't know,
Does
but
anyone
courtrooms are pretty small. Well, they are in Melbourne. But also Nuclear Herbs said that this kind of thing would usually go for about 4 hours, which is good. I mean, the shorter the better. And everyone can get back to their lives. But I think it's firstly great that the community is showing such support, and I think there's going to be heaps of people there. But these things get adjourned all the time. So, there's going to be a lot of people traveling. So just remember that, you might have to cancel and swap around, but I'm sure everyone will be fine and work it out. But yeah, I mean, look, we've been disadvantaged by the SEC for over 12 months, over 2 years. We've got some of our friends' Twitter's accounts subpoenaed, which they haven't been able to be online, express their opinions, thoughts, and views out of fear that the SEC will come after them. And most of those are in the States. Some are even in other countries. So first of all, they disadvantaged us in that way. And then there's been numerous disadvantages along the way with basically price actions. We're never given the privilege to see a fair launch and basically get what other cryptos have got. Like, when they get listed on CEXs, we never got that privilege because Uniswap delist, I think OKX delist, we got all those things against us. So, I mean, ultimately, I'd like to see, we want to see Richard Hart win. And he's got a good chance by what the lawyers are saying, by what Nuclear Herbs is saying, by what other lawyers in the crypto community are saying. He's got a really good chance of winning. And I can't wait. I mean, I'd love to see that outcome. And I think, that's when things will flourish once we have an outcome. So, yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
look,
well said, Sammy. And totally agree. Yeah,
but I
price is
think
like, we went through
people-
at the start of this stream, Sammy, we went through these real funny tweets on Cope, and it was like Shillem Dafoe's in a house that's burning down. He's getting like an arm sleeve. And there's this thing from Johnny Depp, and it's so, I got to show you, Sammy. I just find this so funny. Oh, I
It's
gotta
so
try and
true,
find it
though.
again. If I go here,
I think
and
the
then
whole crypto market's down. Oh, I love that logo, Class. That is awesome.
oh dang, I just changed things around and I can't see what you're seeing. Oh, I gotta show you this. Is hell funny. Oh, here we go.
95%.
Oh, wait. We start from the start.
Mr. Depp, you're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. It's
It's me every time.
no.
No, I can't. Oh, I don't know why I find that so funny. I just do, because like I honestly have not considered. It doesn't even matter.
Everything's down across the board. Like
Yeah, across the board it's
Solana,
down.
Ethereum,
Great people.
everything's
And then
down.
I just want to fill you in, Sammy, on this other. Now this is the other clip that I showed.
Emotional damage.
The last one. And the last.
Stop being a panic self. I'm John McAfee, and I approve this message.
What a legend! Oh my god,
I love John McAfee.
He's such a legend. He is so funny. Have you guys seen the music videos with John McAfee? Oh my god, I've got to share. I got to share. This is so funny. And then we'll get into P-Dye and meme coins. Okay, I'm just going to Google John McAfee.
I haven't even tweeted this out yet. Let me do that.
Oh, do it, chat. Do the thing.
And how's things going for you over there, Lindsay? What's new and exciting?
Oh, just plugging along, working as usual. And some very exciting news. I signed on with Love.io to be an ambassador to help spread the love. That's very exciting. That's my most newest and exciting news.
We're going to bring up that website, Lindsay.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll keep you on. I don't want to get off track. We'll keep on track.
Oh, no, don't worry. It's too late for that. Oh, gosh. So I am just obsessed about finding this funny John McAfee crypto music video. It's really good, and it's just, oh, here it is. Official video. Yeah, I've got it. Oh my god, I'm so excited I found it. Let me share this. Oh, stop. Not yet. I gotta share it properly. And then we'll move on to like what we're gonna do. I just can't move on until I show you guys this. Here we go.
Genius. Yeah, Coin Bros. Let you gang. Hey, yo, John, how the hell I get this damn antivirus off my PC, dog? Woo! What you know about the streets? What you know about beliefs? What you know about making your own heart attack just to ditch the police? Cardiac, what you know about privacy? I got a bad bitch on side of me. Jealous, I got the FBI INC. All of these hackers are trying me. Trying to get them a peek. Trying to get all on my Twitter for that coin of the week. I got China trying to ban every time. Now we got Trump. Bet you wish you voted for me. I got an arsenal, a bunch of big guns, drugs, and some cars to pull. Cars hoes with the crypto paid in full. A bunch of hating motherfuckers writing articles about McAfee, John. McAfee, John. McAfee, John. Don't fuck with my dogs. Woo! Crypto flipping. Woo! In the lab just mixing. Woo! You gon' see my vision. Got hoes shooting at me and they just keep missing. McAfee, John. McAfee, John. McAfee, John. Don't fuck with my dogs. Woo! Crypto flipping. Woo! In the lab just mixing. Woo! You gon' see my vision. Got hoes shooting at me and they just keep missing. Woo!
Some people think I'm psychotic. I'm riding something exotic. I got no need for a rubber. I'm whipping up antibiotics. I only fuck with the crypto. I got no need for a pocket. Bitcoin 2020, a million. I hope that you bought it. Sitting in the tub, got my girl pouring bath salt. Picking ICOs, it's a motherfucking cash fall. Riding the Bentley, burning asphalt. Hey, I'm a twerk, get a motherfucking blackball.
Living like
McAfee, John. McAfee, John. McAfee, John. Don't fuck with my dogs, don't fuck with my dogs. Woo! Crypto flipping, woo! In the lab just mixing, woo! You gon' see my vision, got hoes shooting at me and they just keep missing. McAfee, John. McAfee, John. McAfee, John. Don't fuck with my dogs, don't fuck with my dogs. Woo! Crypto flipping, woo! In the lab just mixing, woo! You gon' see my vision, got hoes shooting at me and they just keep missing.
McAfee,
John.
McAfee,
John.
McAfee,
John.
Don't fuck with my dogs, don't fuck with my dogs. Crypto flipping, in the lab just mixing. You gon' see my vision, got hoes shooting at me and they just keep missing. McAfee. Don't fuck with my dogs, don't fuck with my dogs.
Oh,
What a legend.
hilarious. What a legend. I've got a
Alright, I
point
just-
to make after that video. Go ahead, Lindsay.
I just want to know whose idea it was and who approved the shot where he's sitting in the bathroom in his underwear and the guy's like this next to him. And I'm like, who brings up? And then I want to do that scene where I'm sitting on the toilet in my underwear and you're sitting next to me. Okay, bro. Yeah, let's go, bro. Like,
It is the funniest stuff I've ever seen. And like, I think my favorite part, like the gold bar part is awesome, but like the don't fuck with my dogs, like concept awesome. And
Yeah.
like the guy, like, because they're just like rapping, but he's sitting on the toilet at the same time. And it's just taking the total piss like out of crypto. And like Nuclear Herbs has made this point about what kind of people crypto investors are. We're not like traditional investors. And that's not to say that we're like John McAfee. It's to say that our attitude towards risk and investing is completely different to traditional investors. So while no financial advisor will ever say buy crypto, it's because they don't understand crypto, number one. So a lot of people think, oh, people in crypto are gamblers. They're just going after these crazy meme coins. They're just flipping meme coins. And yeah, that's kind of one strategy. But when it comes to especially decentralized cryptocurrency, to actually become educated in the space, it takes years. And it is actually a bit of an IQ test. Hex is an IQ test. The whole thing is an IQ test. And it's a long-term investment mostly. And people don't realize that. And yes, the risk profile is different. And the way that you have to protect yourself with your security is different. And there's so many things that just don't apply to traditional investments, which is why we need new legislation. And the attitude around enforcement is catered towards traditional investors. We have a different risk profile. We have there's different technology. And the fact that we are, we face all of these punishments because people don't understand. And it's easier to just label crypto people as this and that rather than to actually educate yourself in the technology, because it's actually a little challenging to get educated in. It's not the most straightforward concept, and it's not actually that easy to even onboard people because there's multiple steps that are involved and you can get your wallet drained. But we're all
like
here for
the
it.
recent drain with one of our favorite girls, one of our long time. Well,
It's rough.
Nerd Girl was a OG Hexagon. She was there from the beginning. She was in crypto a long time before even Hex, and it just goes to show that even you're seeing more and more smart people get done. It just gets harder and harder to keep your crypto, but always that thing. Just keep one laptop only for crypto and do nothing else on it. Don't click suspicious links or any links.
Yeah,
I've been
links
saying that
can
for 3 years.
drain.
I was saying that for 3 years. Why doesn't anybody listen to me?
Yeah, so
about it.
the links, clicking on links can get you drained. So when you connect to an app or a DApp, you have to be super careful. Having a Trezor is important. So having a hardware that protects your wallet is important, and not storing your seed phrase on the computer is important. And yeah, there's lots of things that go into security. But we won't get into that today, and we do wish that person all the best. And I know that's a really that's a really tough thing to have happened. There's a substantial amount of money that was lost, and yeah, I'm sorry that happened. But we are going to now talk about PDI and meme coins on PulseChain.
And you know what's funny? One of my mates just sent me a text, and I just sent him the link to the show, and he said, "What a Richard Hart tweet! Why are Richard Hart tweets so hard to decipher? People debating about what they mean. It's a cryptic crossword. Sell PDI? Question mark. I don't know."
It's so funny. Oh my God. So we're going to bring up this tweet from Richard Hart about PDI because this is just, I'm finding so many things funny in crypto. Like crypto is wildly entertaining. That's what I have to say about that. But before we do, I want to show you this thing about, so just to show you guys on GoPulse, right? They've got this new feature. Can you see my screen there?
Yeah.
It's small.
So GoPulse has got this new explorer. So when you go into gopulse.com, like you can see the usual stuff, like the prices. Like we all know we're getting a bit wrecked right now with the price action, but we're pre-halving, so it's like settle down. So if we type in, because you know it might be hard to find PDI on Dex Screener sometimes because you're like, oh, which one is it? And you're trying to find it. So if you just go here and type in PDI and bam, like GoPulse is just like tuned in. It's got your back. You can click on click on the liquidity, and then it shows you like the liquidity, and it's got like
the full
chart.
What hour chart you got it on?
I was like,
so this is a 15. That's a 15-minute. This is a 4-hour. Let's just go daily. That's a daily.
So that's when everyone dumped PDI, Richard Hart's tweet. Is that big?
Oh, is it like yesterday?
Is it?
There. I'm not sure what happened with the price action with PDI with his tweet, but let's bring up his tweet. So in general, what do you guys think about PDI like before this tweet happened?
I like it because it's so degen. It's like the ultimate degen play.
It's not degen though. If I'm
I'm
telling you, it's not degen.
Tell us, Lindsay, like do you know about it? Because I figured out that I actually have it because my husband already bought it ages and ages ago. So then I figured, oh, he's got it, so I don't have to learn about it. That was a bit lazy, isn't it?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to back up on that one because I want to hear why is it a degen play? I'm sorry, Sam.
Okay, so this is why I think that it is a degen play, but I want to get in because I feel like that's the way the crowd and the community is going. I believe it's a degen play because it's always like peg it to $1, which is like the most basic narrative in crypto, which works if everyone believes it, right? But then the narrative behind that was that Richard Hart, theoretically, if he supported it, and this is before the tweet, by the way, that I was thinking this way because he's now like mentioned it in a tweet. If Richard Hart supports it, then it very well could be backed to $1, but providing that he doesn't sell, and like that's a big proviso, right? So then I was like, meh. I was like, that doesn't really like it's not actually backed apart from a narrative and some very clever liquidity pools, like extremely high level, clever liquidity pool plays, which I wasn't convinced was at all attached to Richard. And I'm still convinced that it's not at all attached to Richard. However, in my last stream, I had this change of opinion, right? And there was a guy in the chat and he was a Chad. And he was like, he had his glasses. And what made me like think this guy was a Chad was that the glasses had the strings on it so that it doesn't fall off. And he was out there going for a run with his shirt off. And he kept in the chat and he was just like, he was like shilling hard, but he wasn't being rude or anything. But he was just so passionate about PDI, and all on Twitter, all I was seeing was like all these people passionate about PDI. And I'm like, hell, if they've got this community that's been so relentless, which reminds me of Hex community, I'm like, okay, whatevs. I'm into it. I love the narrative about PRC20, ERC20 narrative. Like before PulseChain launched, I was always had this strategy around wrap BTC. I was like, P wrap BTC for me was like my play, right? And I was going to do these fancy things. I won't go into the details, just around launch time around P wrap BTC. And I'm still, in terms of some of the the PRC20s, I'm super bullish on. Like, for example, P Crow, P versions of stable coins, P wrap BTC, anything with a big community, P Link, P Shib. And I spoke about this in the last stream. And the reason why I've turned super bullish on the whole thing is because they're paired to PLS. So as PLS skyrockets, their price will naturally improve, and people providing liquidity will naturally become deeper pools, and then people will be drawn over from Ethereum. They'll be like, oh, my stuff is worth something. They play around and they start farming, earning ink, and it kind of compounds the system. So I was coming from a place of like, I'm not into the narrative, to a place where I'm like, wow, the community is like super solid, super momentum. Obviously, they've got a lot of brains behind their liquidity pairing. And so I've actually turned from extremely bearish about PTI into like bullish. And then Richard released his tweet. But I'm interested, Lindsay, if you can tell us a little bit more about PTI.
I've been following PTI since the summer. And if you understand how Maker works and how like the vaults work on Maker.
No, so that's the problem. I don't understand that. Can you just give us like a basic 101 on that?
You know what? Honestly, I'd really love to. I'd love to be able to speak very confidently on that one.
Yeah, you don't want to say anything that will be like slightly, I understand, yeah.
Well, I don't want to say anything that's going to be not necessarily misinformation, but just the wrong information, period. But so
yeah, and there has been controversies around Maker, and this is all hearsay gossip stuff. Like I don't have a background in finance. It's not my profession. We stream because we like the product and we like each other in the community. And we do think that Pulse is genuinely going to perform really well. But Maker, in terms of Maker, I hate to say, like the founder was unfortunately came against some unfortunate circumstance. I don't know how else to say that on the stream. Or
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna FUD one out, you might as well FUD them all out. So basically, what's happening is that vaults are being created, and these vaults are going. So if we go back like a few months and we go back to like research and all the digging that's been out there, 8 million. Is it how many million hex sits with? Oh, of course, I'm forgetting the name of the protocol.
Oh, the chat can help you with numbers. If you ask a question, the chat's good like that. They'll just give you a number.
I'm trying to think how many million hex sit over on ETH POW.
Somebody find out, please, and can you type it in? Thanks.
Well, so anyway, so we have all these hex sitting over on ETH POW. We have all this liquidity sitting over on ETH POW, and what's going to happen when Richard wants to move all liquidity? Right. So discussions are made and things are like, whoa. You're going to yank the ETH out from underneath us right when we're like pushing to get ETFs. Are you kidding me here, bro? Maybe we can work something out. Maybe we can work something out where your coins and our coins work together. And we're not really liking where this is going with regulatory clarity or the lack of regulatory clarity. So, wow, I see really Richard Hart built metaverse, his own metaverse. This is the new way of building like a social platform, so to speak. He built a place for us to speak freely, right? So if more people that are working on these protocols are aware of this freedom to transact freely and the freedom to speak freely through these other protocols, you will not hear or see about them on flashy news media because nobody wants to even think about those things. So behind the scenes, I feel like I'm telling a story right now. I have like a blanket in my lap and I'm cold. I'm like, it's so behind the scenes. What's being created is the ultimate play on a stable coin. Now, I do believe this. This is something that I believe, but this is also something that I've been looking at for a while and really been trying to wrap my head around. So this is something I deeply beg you guys to go and listen to. I'm going to put, when I'm done with this rant, I'll get off my soapbox and I'll put some streams in there for you guys to go and listen to too. So what I believe is happening is, what does Richard want to create more than anything in this world? Glory. He wants to create himself some glory. And what better way to do so than to create a bunch of very thankful human beings out there that are not depending on him to do any work, but merely see an opportunity before them that is speculative at best, mind you. However, it is still a play that is out there. And if you have the opportunity to pick up 1 million Pulse, if you have the opportunity to swap out 1 million Pulse, when I did, I picked up 1 million DAI. So, and now if you swapped on 1 million, you're probably getting 100,000, and it's getting less and less. And that's not to create a sense of FOMO or urgency, but I really believe that when that pegging comes, there's not, I know there's a bunch of fun about like, oh, the minting and all these things, but there's also burning mechanisms that are in place. And that's where you see things like Atropa coming in those ecosystems. A Atropa ecosystem is really something to dig your head into. It's totally techie, totally nerdy, and it's just something that I've really enjoyed. Like, I look forward to getting up in the morning and being like, okay, what's going on with this now? I'm listening and kind of finding out more. So it's almost like a real life saga coming before us. But the more I'm listening, the more I'm learning, and it's not just myself that's noticing these things. Like, our team has been looking at him. Adam could go through this much more eloquently than I, but he's also streaming about it, speaking about it nightly. So that's just kind of my like overview on that one, is that there are things being created behind the scenes that are not obvious to others for a very good reason.
That's it's good to know. And yeah, if you could share those videos, maybe if you can share them in the chat. But later on, Lindsay, do you mind to DM me on Twitter your page for your product, and also the links that you're going to share, if that's okay? Because after the stream, I might find it tricky to copy and paste from the chat. So what I want to do is show you guys the Richard Hart tweet when he mentioned PDI. The PDI community must have just been like, it's Christmas. Okay, here's the tweet. So he says, hashtag Ethereum, you might have this free coin, which has gone up more than 500,000%. Did you check? Yes, 137 million market cap coin for free with a 1.2 million liquidity. Surely you know about all the free coins on PulseChain.com, right? Say thank you, show respect. Don't click on the links in the responses. They are imposters. So
isn't that like dump on everyone's heads?
Exactly, Sammy. Exactly. Like, some people are like, this is bullish. He's mentioning PJ. He's into it. But then if you actually look at what he's saying, he's directing people to go and find their free coins and basically like exit because there's lots of liquidity to exit. So you could see it as bullish tweet. You could see it as a bearish tweet. Yeah, but the fact that he's mentioned it at all, I'm taking it as bullish. I'm like, and I'm actually bullish on the other P stable coins as well, and P wrapped BTC. And I often use it as an onboarding tool for Ethereum users, because I'm like, okay, you've probably got free P wrapped BTC, which is worth about $200 plus each. And then if you look at the liquidity, because people are like, oh, the PRC20 narrative's dead. It's like, have you checked out P wrapped BTC? Like, if we go to GoPulse.
Well, I thought Richard was behind PDI originally. I mean, he's the biggest holder. The Sacrifice Wallet's the biggest holder, and who was benefiting out of it? Him. And then when I saw the community start to go nuts about it, like, I mean, realistically, you got to look at the copies as, yeah, you buy a little bit and you hope they do well, but they're nothing like, you know, other coins or original coins. They're copies, and they'll always be copies. And that's why I thought it was a DGen play. But having said that, I've grown to love PDI, and I've been in and out of it a few times. And I know a lot of people also who are quite bullish on it. And you know what I love about that recent airdrop we got from Die Hard? I love that we get free PDI in our wallet, and I'm not selling, mate. I think it's
it's a reflection thingy. It's like there's another reflection one that was giving stuff out for free, and the reflection token that you get, or the thing you get for free, is the P wrapped BTC.
Nice.
So I think we just have to be a bit careful though, Sammy, because a lot of these, we're getting these tweets that are like, oh, if you're an influencer, then post your address and then you can get free stuff. And it has been working out so far, but a lot of it's anonymous, so it only takes one time, you know.
Absolutely.
But let's have a look at
that. And make sure that you're using a fresh spanking new wallet, not anything that you've had any trail to at all, you know.
Yeah, don't have it connected. Don't have it connected to your other wallet. And if you're ever unsure, don't connect, because you got to ask yourself, like, is it worth it? Because it could drain your cold storage. So here is P wrapped BTC. So this is from GoPulse.com. That was that technique I showed you guys before. So it's worth, like, the price action is actually pretty sweet, like $324. I thought in my head, I'm like $200, and look, it's actually, like, even in the last week, it's gone up. And then if you click on liquidity, this is for all trying to entice people over from Ethereum. There's liquidity there for you. The top pool, let's have a look.
So that beef, does that pay out in wrapped Bitcoin, does it, Claire?
Yeah, it does, but I haven't interacted because I'm just a bit unsure whether I want to interact. It's saying it's got $649,000 of liquidity. Is that which pool is it from?
Nice.
And anyway, there is like about, I think, $300 worth of PWrap BTC for people to sell into from Ethereum, and you can check it on the GoPulse website. So if you go to, there's a section, it's like, how much is my stuff worth? It must be under coins, maybe. Every time I try and find it, it takes a couple of clicks. But GoPulse.com, you can put in your wallet address, and it will show you how much your free airdrop is worth from PulseChain. So the PRC ERC parity narrative is definitely not dead. It's just getting started. The PDI community was pretty early onto it, that it would be profitable, and they were right. So far, I'm sure they're all in profit now, and they've been doing some great work behind the scenes, getting their community in profit. So as people discover that this is profitable and this narrative is profitable, then more applications come online for us to play with the other P versions of the other stable coins and try to boost the price.
Awesome is if Richard Hart wins the case, and then shit just goes crazy, and then we get listings on a lot of centralized exchanges. But I think the reason Solana's so successful, apart from it's got its angel investors and VC investors, but it has, you can basically just buy Solana on the exchange and send it to your Phantom wallet and just do what the hell you want. I would love to see PulseChain get listed on all sexes around the world, and then have a special wallet like Phantom wallet just for PulseChain. And I just want to see it flourish, because there's no reason it should. I mean, when Solana went down for like 3 or 4 days this week, people are getting sick of it.
It's more than 80% of transactions fail. There's some 70 or 80% stat. It doesn't seem to, and people, big influencers, I saw Wendy O tweet about it. They're basically saying, like, Solana's broken. And then people...
Well, if you're running a business, they were saying, it's a really bad idea to run it on Solana, because if you have outages, you're screwed.
Well, I mean, who's creating that FUD? Like, where is that FUD coming from? Which publication? Who's paying that publication to write that FUD? But it's not actual FUD, because we do see those network outages. But I'm talking about, like, businesses and the lack of building. Like, there is some reason why they are just getting slammed right now. Why? Because who was pumping so hard until all of a sudden their network gets congested? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying these things
happen. It's not just once. It's like it's disabled. Every now and then it just doesn't work.
No. That like shut it down, shake it out, like get everybody out of there so that they have better technology to run to. But I'm like, parities are happening on PulseChain. They're happening. They're just happening slower than we like, and they're happening to different coins tokens that we'd like. And so, like, this will catch up with us, but it's not going to be for the next couple of years. You know what I mean? And so when PDI pegs, because I do believe it will peg, there's not going to be, like, what are you going to do? Like, gamble on a stable coin at that point? So I'm just saying it's something to perhaps take a deeper dive into and really think if that's something you want to trade in and out of. There perhaps is an opportunity here to buy $1 for less than $1.
Yeah, but put it this way, we're early either way. Like, I reckon we're going to win. I reckon we're going to get our glory, which is going to get his glory. But
oh, sorry, go ahead, Sammy.
Did anyone else get into Solid X? Because I know it's gone down now.
Yeah, I got it ready to go. Yeah, so I wanted to mention Solid X. I'm going to increase the size of this.
Man, I'm loving these plays on PulseChain.
We knew it was going to be a big old playground.
Yeah, it is.
That's probably better. Let me get a daily. This is a daily chart. So for those that don't know, Solid X is a meme coin, basically, that got released on PulseChain. And the reason why people became bullish is because the founder started to pump the chart. And like when I say the founder started to pump the chart, the price action was glorious. Like you can see this chart, like, and it's just going to the moon, right? And at this point, like I made some comments like, oh my God, it's going to be worth more than BTC. Like, just look at this is like a moon rocket, right? Like this is what dreams are made of. Like I've never been a part of like a moon mission. And I've always dreamed of a moon mission coin, right? Which is what we all dream of. And this was like, I got in super early. Axis tweeted about it, and he tweeted when it was $3. And I was
really?
like, yeah. And I was like, you know what? Axis is into it. Axis coin has done really well and is backed by people that pump the crap out of it. So I retweeted Axis's tweet at $3, and we were going on a moon mission, right? We got up to here, and I'd already taken out my principal, mind you. And then we got up to here, and I was like, you know what? Eff it, let it ride. Like, if I want to be part of a moon mission, I have to be willing to like ride or die. So I let it ride, and then we've had this correction. But having said that, even though we had the correction, I'm still super bullish on this. And I wouldn't normally bring up too many meme coins on stream, but this for me is solid because in order for a meme coin or any kind of crypto coin to be successful, you have to, let's be realistic, you have to have a founder that owns 95% of it so that they can't dump the whole lot. It has to be a benevolent founder that's also willing to pump the shit out of it. And if you go onto dexscreener.com, they tell you all about Solid X, and it comes from a legit number 8 PulseChain sacrificer. So super rich founder that wants to pump out bags. I'm like, this is, and owns like 95%. I'm like, this is the perfect storm for what you need for a moon mission. And although we haven't had the moon mission yet, or I thought I was going straight to the moon, guys. I was like, what? I was like, this is not even a correction. We're going straight to the moon. But we have had the correction here, and look, it's relatively early in the bull cycle, so we didn't go straight to the moon. But there are people in the community that are also super bullish on this, and they're big players, and they're sending sort of, you know, the message that you too should be interested in Solid X. So I just wanted to put that out there because, just to be honest about what I've been thinking about lately,
I think Randy Halasky is also part of that group, and I noticed that his coin Note pumped with it, and I believe Fire also pumped with it. So I don't know if it's true. They all could be coordinated in some way. They all went nuts.
It's clever liquidity pairing, right? Like if there's a coin that's going on a moon mission and you've got a relatively new project and you attach yourself to the moon mission, then that's just a clever liquidity play. Nope has been connected. Axis is connected. This one called, don't quote me on this, but Fire, something that's like that, is connected. You have to be careful around these projects that you just don't click on a scam version. Just be careful of that. But yeah, I was excited about that. So we might go into love.io because I respect the founder at love.io a lot. And I think this is Anders, has been around for years before PulseChain was launched. And he's super respectful, and he goes around to conferences internationally, and he is basically advocating for PulseChain and teaching people about PulseChain. So let's do him a solid and have a little look at love.io. Full disclosure, I have a small bag, but I'm interested more in some of the other functionality about love.io. Lindsay, do you want to talk us through a little bit about it? And I'll try and pull up some. I know there's perfume here. I'm trying to find the perfume use cases. I'm going to go straight to the perfume.
Go to use cases, and then, or you can go to Lovefi up at the top, second one from the left. There you go. And then it should take you right to the website.
Oh,
So
me lucky.
Anders and love.io will be proudly representing PulseChain in Dubai next week. Starting April 15th and throughout the week, they will be attending several different conferences. And these conferences are they are the conferences to be at. This is where the who of who in crypto is at. And so they will it's love.io, and then I don't know the name of the other project that will be representing PulseChain. I believe that they're like promoting an energy drink. I apologize, but anyway, to have eyes on PulseChain at these conferences, this is a massive thing.
That's awesome. I'm loving so you get like super discounts. So this, it looks like it's already discounted, and then they're going to give you back some rewards as well.
Yes. So every purchase you make creates a buy order for love token. And so if you're a brand new user and you just happen to love this bag, and after you're done purchasing it, you get an email that reminds you that you have love tokens to claim. So it's a fantastic way to onboard new users that are also snazzy dressers into crypto.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, 10% of your order. I mean, what better way? Well, I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is perfect timing. What better way for all of us to get our shopping done for our traveling needs or our everyday good needs? They have really cute glasses on there. They have designer perfumes. I mean, really, there's a lot to see on that website. It ships from the United States. There are 3 different warehouses, I believe. So everything ships very quickly. And these are all true brands. So Love.io actually works with and has contact with the designers of these brands. So this is why creating a marketplace for you to come in, spend your fiat, burn or create some love. And here we are spreading love around the world in a way that creates not only economic energy, but it also creates, some more education out there too.
So what I wanted to do is find that bag I've been looking at on a website to just see if the discount is there. And although I can't find the exact bag,
I'm actually going to the website now to have a look.
Yeah.
It's love.io, isn't it?
Love.io.
But if you go on to the original like Bottega, like if you just try and buy it otherwise, there's a similar bag that's for like $8,000 from this. It's kind of a luxury brand, it seems. So a similar bag is going for like $8,000 online if you just look up like Google Images or Google Shopping for a similar product. So I think the discounts are real. You know, sometimes there's a discount and you're like, is that just, did you just inflate the price and then discount it? But I think actually the luxury shopping discount is actually a real discount.
This is actually a real discount. And so what happened is instead of Love.io marking up their cost, they are taking that cost and giving that user love. So instead of charging that customer more, they're actually sending them some love back. And you have the opportunity to stake it. You can trade it. Love also has a bridge that works with ETH. If you pop that, it has ETH, Binance, and it's coming to Base soon. So that was like their big announcement. That was their big announcement a couple weeks ago that they'll be working with Base. And I know that doesn't sound great, but hear me out. Think about the user-friendly ability that Base has. Think about the eyes that are on Base. Think about the ease it is to get on Base. And then think about someone like me with the energy to create like lip balms that have little QR codes or do these things out there at streams. And I'm actually writing a book for like with love.io, like centered around it so that people have more opportunities to get their eyes on tokens to get them more eyes on PulseChain, because that's the end game. If they can get on through Binance or BSC, if it's cheaper, and then we can get them over from Ethereum that way. And I say, it sounds so creepy when we say get them over, but I really mean it. If we could save them from those gas fees and the headache of waiting 7 days to withdraw your funds.
Steal their customers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Why not?
It's a great
Yeah,
way.
we have to have adoption, and we have to be
This is
realistic about how
awesome.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
cool.
Not to mention, yeah, exactly. See, the micro tipping, that's awesome. It's gonna be easier once the wallet's ready to go, and like that little QR code, you just send them a QR code, and you can tip your waitress right now. You can tip them in love. I'm working through how to do that. Like Streamlines is very easy. So
Does it actually work now? This tipping now?
I am not. I'm still walking through that. I'm new
Yeah.
here. Like this is my first day on the job. Legit.
Oh no, don't worry. We're
Is it? Congratulations.
just let us know.
Lindsay.
Yeah, congrats, Lindsay, because I love Anders. I've had him on before. He's been
Yeah,
super
he's cool.
consistent. He advocates for PulseChain at conferences that are international. He's an absolute legend. So yeah, if you just update us on your Twitter just with a post about tipping, because if people can tip now, that's one of its main use cases.
Huge. Yeah, and that will
that would
just
be
I believe that'll
massive.
spark.
Yeah, so the fact that it's still rolling out features, I think, is bullish. And I actually think the luxury, especially as we get into the bull, the shopping part of it, if it's a legit discounts, which it looks like it is, I think that's super bullish use case as well.
Super. I mean, I honestly, I'm not the type of person to like promote somebody else's product, promote somebody else's thing. I talk about Hex and PulseChain. I don't work for them. They work for me. And in this case, I'm lucky enough to be able to use this branding and use the ethos behind it and truly align myself with something that I truly believe in. So whatever way we can get them over here, I'm willing to do it. So I'm working on a book teaching people how to create a sourdough starter all the way to like their own breads. And it's coinciding with onboarding into crypto. And I'm really like, pun intended, I'm stretching the dough on this one. But I think that it'll be a way to get more eyes on that. And then tipping people in love. Why not start your own micro bakery and encourage people to tip you in love? How cool would that be?
Oh man, yeah. If you can send me your sourdough book, I would love to buy your sourdough book because
I haven't gotten it. This is like I'm manifesting out loud right now. I'm on my outline. I have some of my photography done, and I have 2 more recipes to test. But my goal is to have it launched by the end of June.
So. Yeah, that would be, or even just before. Yeah, that would be great.
I'm gonna try really hard.
And don't forget about the natural like soap conditioner bar thing for my kids as well.
Yeah, no, I took notes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going natural these days. I'm into cooking. I'm trying to get into slow cooking and stuff.
Yes.
Because I just think like, I don't know, if you watch too much mainstream media, you sort of, all they talk about is like the most recent car crash, the most devastating disaster that they can find. And often it's all complete second, third, fourth, fifth-hand information. There's no journalists, it seems, on the scenes. There's all these budget cuts to the media. And it's just like, why do you want to consume that stuff when like you could just go back to the basics, right? Like if you want healthy kids, like you could take them outside, give them some sunshine, feed them some good homemade meals. And anyway,
you got it, sister. That is the way. I am on a mission to make homesteading, and I'm not talking about the kind of homeschooling where you're stuck in the house with your kids all day and they're like, I don't want to do math. Don't make me write another story. I'm like, oh, no. I'm talking about like a community group effort where you have, moms around you that you can turn to and that they help you with your math, or, teachers that are whatever I'm talking about. But more healthy kids, more healthy families, like let's make like simple life sexy instead of like the garbage that we see on TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Wholesome love and upbringing. I love it.
Yeah.
My daughter's waking up, so I'm just going to put her in the other room. She's so sleepy. She's like, what's going on?
Hello.
She's like confused. She's
well,
like, what are you doing?
I'm good to wrap up. My kids are on their way home from their play date.
Yeah, let's shall we just wrap up? Is that okay, lady?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Actually, I'll just get rid of my daughter for a second. 1 second.
That sounds amazing. The only things that other moms could understand you totally saying, I'm just gonna yeah. Well, you know how it
That's
is.
so cool about love. So, Lindsay, what are you doing with love now?
I wonder if I can present on mine here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is just a mock-up of it. Oh no, wait, that's not it. I was gonna say, I wonder if I could show you my book that I'm working on, but I don't have it loaded.
Whoops. I guess I'm the only one that's here. So what else has been happening in crypto land? Anyone want to talk about anything in particular till Lindsay gets back? Oh, here's Claz. She doesn't realize Lindsay's popped off.
Oh, she just left. I think she thought I was just
accidentally
going like pull the plug. That's cute.
She tried to present, but I think she's trying to get back in.
Have you wrapped up, Sammy? Your concluding thoughts?
No, I haven't, but she was trying to present some stuff from Love, which I was asking her about, and then she tried to present.
Oh, yeah, she was saying before the stream there's some connection. Like if she just suddenly drops, she has some slight connection. Oh, here she is.
Yeah, cool.
And you're back. There we go. You're back.
I'm so sorry. That was so Mercury retrograde. I went to pull up something and I'm like, I'm just gonna myself right out of here.
That's all right. It happens. It happens to me all the time when I try too.
Oh well, I just wanted to say good night to you, ladies.
Oh, good night.
Good night,
Sammy,
Lindsay, good to see ya.
Where can people find you?
Me? Well, if you'd like to find me, you can find me at She Slays Crypto on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube. My YouTube channel's new. You can find me at Altcoin Chef. I'm working on that one. We'll see how it goes. I figured if I'm going to be like home making stuff for my kids, I consider myself a private chef at that point. So I might as well like talk about some crypto and make some meals. We'll see how it goes.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Okay.
Sammy. Have you you want to tell people where to find you, Sammy? No, Sammy can't hear me.
Sorry, you're cutting out. I hope I'm not
Oh,
cutting out.
sorry.
Where
Can people find you?
That's all right. Sammy Chica, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Hit me up. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me, Claz. Good to see you, ladies.
Yeah, good to see you, chat. Thank you for coming and supporting the stream. And yeah, everyone have a good day.